Well, hello back in the UK. It's cold, it's winter, and it's just miserable, raining. We have a few more months of this before we get spring and summer, usually around March. And this winter is even harder because we're not allowed to go anywhere, and it's coming up to Christmas, and it's going to be quite interesting to see how Christmas will be played out in the UK. Yeah, I'm back. Usually at home, working from home, so I don't wear any makeup. Oh, still got my Gambia nails. So here I am. Going to give you what uh, my daughter says to hold the phone this way, that this is better. So I'm going to. Um, so just going to give you an insight into how what I thought about Gambia on my second trip ever. To be honest, still feel the same way about the Gambia. Still the same. Obviously, things have improved in 30 years. I mean, come on. They were bound to. There's some things that, as with every country, there's been some sort of deterioration and some sort of stuff that could be improved. Depends on whose power, depends on, so many factors. That's not a straightforward question to answer. It's easy to say, oh, you can come and do this and you can come and do that, but it's not that straightforward when it comes to Africa. Um, I did get what I went there to do done, which is very, very important. That's what I my primary focus. I got that done. Secondly, I met my hostess. I met she was we just hung out, had a good laugh. It was really, really nice. And, she's an amazing cook. She did everything possible to make sure my stay was good. I saw people I hadn't seen in, years. We're talking at least 15, years. I saw my dad's friend. They talk on the phone and everything, but I don't think they physically seen each other. I think my dad went there more recently than I did. So all in all, it was a very good trip. What I'm gonna miss? Oh my God, seafood. Seafood in the Gambia and seafood in the UK, two different things. I mean, I couldn't believe we were paying less than £1 for lobster. I came back and I said, oh, I'm gonna have lobster again. And I looked online, and the guy who sells, well, it's mostly frozen anyway. Most of the fish we get, fresh fish. You need to pay more, but the guy sells good quality frozen fish, which is just frozen at the sea, and literally as soon as it's caught, it's frozen, so it's still, in a pretty good state. And his cheapest lobster, and we're talking the same size as what you saw on my video on the beach, was £23. Now bear in mind that £1 sterling is roughly 63 Gambian dollars. That's what we pay for seafood. So that's the one thing I'm going to miss, because I lost 3 kilograms on my trip. I told a friend of mine that the Gambian diet, that the diet that I would eat out there would make me lose weight. And I was expecting to lose between 3 and 5 kilograms. And I lost exactly 3, which says that, a lot about diet, because here I could be eating the same thing but still not lose that weight, because there's other stuff added into the food that is not necessarily told to you, like a lot of stuff to make the chicken look plump, and fruits look plump and all that stuff that makes us retain weight. Winter also makes us retain weight. So, we have to do a lot of exercise to kind of, be in a good shape. But I feel like if I was there for 6 months eating the way that I did last week, because I didn't get tired of seafood. All I wanted to eat was seafood. I love seafood anyway, so that for me was not a problem. Fresh, and when I say fresh, I mean fresh salad. I mean leaves are crunchy. You don't really get crunchy leaves here unless you go to an actual farmer's market. There's a guy who supplies me that, so I get my leaves as organically grown as possible. Crunchy tomato. I mean, when I say crunchy, I mean, everything was nice and crunchy. It wasn't soft, or it wasn't, you know what I mean, crunchy tomatoes. Lovely vinaigrette which she made. I've ordered my fish, and I'm going to just kind of recreate what she cooked and try and eat that way as much as I can. But it's a battle avoiding sugar, but I'm going to do my best over the winter months so I don't put on any weight. I am still on this is actually day 5, so I've been back for 5 days of my, when we come back to the UK from abroad, we have to self-isolate for 10 days. So I'm halfway through, and then I can start hitting the gym. I've been doing my exercise at home, so I can start hitting the gym the way I want to hit the gym and really, really go for it, because also I think another factor, the heat, it really did play a factor because of the heat, I was drinking much more water than I would here. I tend to drink a lot more tea. So somebody, one of the ladies that I've been speaking to, one of the YouTubers that I've been speaking to, who I just barely missed because we were supposed to meet up, but we had different, our timetables kind of, did not match. She suggested drinking wonjo with lemon. Do you know what? I actually have wonjo leaves at home, dried. They're dried already because people make, the Nigerian zobo is the same as wonjo. So I've got the zobo or wonjo leaves at home, so I can actually make my wonjo tea, and instead of drinking, caffeine. You'll be surprised that even when somebody like me who tends to eat really, I mean, if you look at my food, you'd say it's relatively healthy. There's still little tiny elements that can change, that can make the difference between 5 to 10 kilograms of weight loss. And that's the amount of effort that the average person in the UK has to put in. Also, walking, because there's a lot of sand. When we walk here, we walk on pavement. And while it looks beautiful, when you walk flat, you're not really giving yourself as much exercise as when you walk on sand, because you're kind of almost going uphill with every step, up and downhill with every step, and you get a very good calf workout. So I did not only lose weight, I lost inches as well. So it wasn't just weight on the scale, because I do a lot of weights in the gym, and if I had lost weight, I could have said, oh, that's muscle, but I actually lost inches as well. So my clothes started to feel bigger, so my husband noticed it, and that's just 1 week of living in the Gambia. So for some of you who are Gambian that don't understand why some of us are looking for their health is a big concern for me, because I used to be massively, I mean, when I say massively, I used to be massively overweight in my 20s. And I'm going to put a picture just around here, just to show you exactly what that looked like. So you can see why I would be concerned about my health. I have done, from that picture to where I am now, for those of you who saw me, I lost exactly 60 kilos on my own. But I'm kind of stuck slightly. I mean, I'm slightly overweight. And when I say slightly, but I've been stuck there for years. And I seriously believe the biggest difference between getting to where I would be happy with, I mean, some people say, oh, you're okay, you're okay. I say, yeah, I know, but, when you don't want to be, as I'm getting older, you have to really pay attention to your health. Like, I'm approaching 50 in a few years. I will be approaching 50, and that's the age where we really, really need to pay attention to what we eat, our health, because a lot of old age diseases start from there. And the people who tend to die between 50 and 60 are people who haven't taken care of their health in their 40s. So it's very important, and I would say this to younger people, that even if you didn't exercise, by the time you get to 35, start getting used to exercising, start eating, not for taste, but for health. And the good thing about eating the kind of food I ate in Gambia is it was both tasty and healthy. I mean, you guys saw the fish, you saw the salad, you saw the tiger prawns, you saw the lobster. You also saw things like, I had wonjo is quite healthy if it's made with less sugar. You don't have to put sugar in wonjo, it's quite healthy. You can drink kinkeliba teas instead of the caffeine type teas. Just hot water with lemon as well, that's another option, which I tend to do every so often here. I try not to have more than 2 cups a day of actual tea. I have to have caffeine in the morning because it takes me a while to kind of get up and concentrate. So just to let you know, that is one of my reasons, is because of health. Having said that, like I said, I understand the challenges. Trust me, I've been around a long time. I know what goes on. It's not easy to live because you're going to live without all the conveniences. What we have here is that when we want something, we get it really quickly, and that's it. But life here is also a very lonely life. It sounds very strange because it's not like you don't have friends. You have friends, you mix with people, but everyone kind of like is so independent that there's no need for the kind of camaraderie that you would see in Africa. As you get older, you realize that you do need your friends around you. You do need that kind of camaraderie. We don't have that here. Secondly, old people, everyone, if you're going to live here, you get to an age where, you would need assistance, and that has to be done like in a care home, in a medical facility. I'm not sure if that's what appeals to me. I don't want to be in a care home. I don't want to be in medical at the mercy of some nurse that doesn't have your interest at heart. You don't know how you're going to be treated, and your children will only come and see you every once in a while because they've got their lives to live. Whereas I just saw my dad's friend and his wife, and look at the number of people surrounding them, helping them. That's something we should never lose in Africa. If we lose that, we've lost who we are. Because the old people system home here, it leads to so much loneliness, depression. How do you think about somebody getting to the age of 80 and then committing suicide? If they weren't that depressed when they were younger, what caused or what triggered whatever led to that depression? Because it's a medical condition, but something triggers it to make it worse. So what happened to that person? So these are the kind of things that we look at, and it's beyond having money. And some things are beyond having money. They're priceless. We have that in Africa. We should never ever lose that pricelessness, no matter what we're going through. And that's something that, I was going to say. So, all in all, the thing I would miss the most, though, about Gambia was the sunshine. Oh my God, as soon as I landed in Heathrow, I felt, can I just pack some sunshine? If it was possible to just like take a little packet, put it in your suitcase, and then bring it when you come back. That would be nice, because the feel of the sun on my skin, I have to tell you that this year in the UK, we spend most of our time indoors. Some people, part of the reason the cases are arising is because people are tired of being indoors. We're not meant to stay indoors and, the whole time. We're meant to go out. Human beings build shelter, to rest and to have an abode, but they usually go out. Like animals will have burrows and nests and stuff. You come back to your nest to rest. And that's what your home is supposed to be like. And we're stuck here. And then it gets cold. And at this time of year, it's usually quite grey. We get very, very few sunshine. We try to get out when there's sunshine and get sun on the body. But I'll tell you that having that sun on my body, believe it or not, I actually missed the feeling of sun on my body. Did not appreciate that until this year. And I'm telling you, you guys have it all the time. My skin got better because I was eating better. A lot of things got better. Like I used to have pain in my knees. I was climbing up and down stairs, and by the first day I got to the hotel, I was climbing up and down stairs, pain in my knees. By the third day, the pain was gone, completely gone. Now to solve that, what I use is I use a heat pack. So we have some packs that you can, microwave or put in your knees. That's coming directly from the sun. And if I really, really wanted to cure it, I would have just put my legs, buried them in the warm sand, and that will cure that for like a year. We have that for free in Africa. Fresh air. Look at all the trees that we're around. We have that for free, at least for now, if we don't cut it off in the name of development and building houses. So these are things that money cannot buy. And like I said, when you're younger, I understand, because I was there too. I want to make money. But as you get older, the quality of your life is more important than how much you're making. So these are the things that we are looking for at this stage. Like I said, a younger person may not necessarily understand, and somebody who's never lived here may not necessarily understand. But trust me, those of us who've been here years, we know the difference. And I can tell you, it might be easier for us financially, but there's other things that you sacrifice as well. So it depends on the person and what they want from life. Like I said, I'm realistic in my expectations. I'm not expecting to find the same things here. I mean, yes, you land and then you notice the immediate poverty and all that, but to me, that's cosmetic. The real beauty is in so much, and there's so much going on. And of course, there were people who tried to take advantage. I heard the word tubab quite a lot, and I thought, I kind of understand a little bit of what you say. So, because I do speak a tiny amount of Wolof, but I understand more than I speak. So sometimes people are talking about you, but don't realize I actually understood what they were saying, or got the gist of it, or, kind of understood the subject matter. So, yeah. And that was it. So, all in all, I'm definitely going to visit the Gambia again for holiday. As I said, I'm going to be visiting for a few. I haven't made a decision to move yet, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to do that, to be honest. I would like to, but I'm still far away from a decision. So for right now, I'm just visiting and feeling the place, getting used to the place. Weighing. It's a very careful decision, and it has to be a planned decision. So that's where I am in life right now. Who knows? I might change my mind. I don't know. So yeah. So that's it. So hopefully I'll see you guys at some point next year. I don't know when. I can't determine, but I absolutely had a good time in Gambia. I wish I had longer to stay. I had so many things I wanted to see I didn't get to see. So coming back to see those things, all the Lamin Lodge, Kantakente Island, all those river cruises. Can't wait. Till next time. See ya. Bye.